Young men clash in the Moria refugee camp on the Greek island of Lesbos. People with nothing but time fighting each other for no reason. The world may have lost interest, but the migration crisis in the Aegean is once more reaching boiling point, in camps that have become pressure cookers of despair and boredom. This incident shows prisoners from one group of migrants being taken off for punishment beatings by another. The conditions are slowly reducing the people here to a state of nature.
We experience fighting between the Arabs, between the Africans like this.
Every mealtime is a potential flashpoint. This corridor cage is designed to stop people queue jumping for food, a major cause of fights between different groups of hungry people who can expect to wait here for up to 12 hours at a time.
I mean, it's very, very overcrowded, unfortunately, and it's very difficult in order to get our food.
Spending hours caged in like animals under the baking sun is soul-destroying.
في عالم حوامل عم تصير دفش وعم بيصير ضرب النسوان عم تهجم على الأكل من الجوع. طب لإيمت هاي الوضع يعني وضع ما بينحمل.
Javine is a Syrian Kurd. She came to Greece with her husband and 2 children. She was expecting, at the very least, a safe place.
هلا هون عايشين لا دواء لا شغلة. يعني أنا أجيت إنه بلكي إنه الدولة هون الدول يقول يعطوا دواء لأولادي يحسنوهم يساووا لهم شغلات بس على الفاضي يعني لو ضليت بتركيا كان أحسن.
The problem here is too many people, too few resources. Moria, a former military barracks, was built to house 3,100 people, but with over 9,000 residents, it's become a pop-up metropolis of misery. Add in all those living in a so-called jungle, a filthy informal sprawl just beyond the main camp, and you have a full-scale humanitarian crisis in the making.
We live in the jungle, and people here in the camp, they call us the people from the jungle.
This is the camp?
This is the camp.
And there?
And this is the jungle.
21-year-old Ali Sajjad comes from Herat in Afghanistan. He's been living in the jungle since September. He's shocked by the conditions.
The children, the women, the men, all of them, they got sick here because of the health condition. This place is dirty, you know. After 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., we don't have water to go to toilet, you know.
Electricity supplies in the Moria jungle are inadequate, overloaded, and frankly dangerous. These chemical toilets frequently overflow, sending raw sewage into the tents. The unhygienic conditions help spread disease, while medical resources are scarce.
We need lots of things. They don't have it actually. They're good doctors, no? They're so good. They come from all over Europe to help us. But you know, empty hands.
The stress of being stuck in Moria is worsening an existing mental health crisis. Many here are already damaged by the wars that they've fled. Clashes between the different migrant groups and between the migrants and the Greek police add to the tension and the psychiatric disorders. Sexual violence, including rape, is also commonplace. And when this forest fire broke out, helicopters were sent to deal with the blaze, but it further traumatized some of the 3,000 children here who thought that the camp was coming under attack.
بنتي ما بتحكي واخذت على الدكاتره وقلت لهم بنتي ما بتحكي انه ساعدوني بهالشيء بس انه بنتي ما بتحكي بس انه شوفوا لي انه لسانها مربوط خايفه شو صار معها وين ما باخذها بينتبهوا ان بنتي ما بتحكي شغل منسك احيانا بتبكي بس تعتم العين بتطلع على هون بتضل بتبكي بس شو اللي عم تطلبه ما بنعرف.
Cramped and unhygienic conditions like these don't just mean a lack of privacy and security. Illness spreads quickly, but with medical resources limited, small complaints can often become chronic. Slowly but surely, Javine, who's doing most of the family's chores to the point of collapse, will get sick.
اليوم الصبح الساعة 6:30 رحنا مشان ناخذ دور للدكتور. ضليت هيك ل9:30 واقفة على مشان اخذ دور، بس حدا يكمش كلاوي فورا بوقع ما بقدر اتحمل. الدكتور عمل لي ايكو، قال لي انه انا معي رمل بالكلاوي، عندي وجع انه بالكلاوي رح يضل معي، انه اذا ما تخلصت من هالرمل رح يضل معي.
The people here might be better able to put up with such privations if only they knew for sure when they were getting out and moving on. 2 years ago, Moria was a transit camp. People passed through here swiftly on their way to the mainland. Now they're stuck in a permanent holding centre on an island, imprisoned by bureaucracy. Getting the correct paperwork has become an existential obsession.
یک مارکی داره به نام مارک سرخ. مارک سرخ زمانی که مارک سرخ خورده باشه یعنی بدبختی چی روز بان تا این سیاه شود. هر کی که سیاه شدی مارکش میتونه آتن بره. حالا او خوش شانسی باشه که سیاه بخوره. و اون بعد 1 سال.
Triumph and relief. This man has just learned that his paperwork is complete. He can leave Moria. The buses are lining up to take the fortunate few down to the ferry port and then to mainland Greece. But more people are now arriving on Lesbos than are leaving. And today is not Javine's lucky day. She and her family aren't leaving the island. They're just taking the kids to a nearby playground. A fleeting reminder of what childhood should look like.
يعني دائما كل ما بيجي على البيت بكذب على ابني. اليوم الصبح آفاق من النوم عم بيطلب مني ماما بدي آيس كريم. قلت له أنا ماما خلص بكرة بس نروح على السوق بجيب لك آيس كريم، بس أنا ما معي مصاري أجيب له آيس كريم. ما معي شيء إنه أجيب له إياها.
She's now living from hour to hour and day to day. Everyone here is.
دياب شتى ما عندهم. عم بقول لهي المرأة إذا عندك تياب هي عم. طب أنا منين بدي أجيب لهم هدول إذا بردوا؟ مين رح يسأل عليهم؟
The long-term future is still a wait without end. And that breeze flapping their tarpaulins and caressing the trees will now also begin to bring the cold rain of winter and a new version of despair.